Hello, good
Hello.
evening, everyone. Welcome to On a Mission. It's getting hot, it's getting spicy. Summer loving is over, but the heat and the spice continues. I'm Emily May. Veda is with me. I hope everyone is doing well, staying cool because there are heat waves everywhere.
Yes.
We're going to talk a
And
little heat wave.
we I've been already following in the chat. Everyone's already starting to speculate on who Izzy is going to face at Heat
Exactly. I
Wave.
mean, everyone wants to know who Izzy is going to face. Also, there was exclusive footage that was sent to Mission Pro Wrestling Management. And I don't know if you missed this, Veda, but from Summer Love and Shay during you all know it's a big exodus to clean up everything at the end of the
Yeah.
show. And she decided, I guess, to walk around with the Mission Pro Cup.
Yeah, she seems to be unaware that she has not won it.
She's just picking
We
up random things.
it's the strangest thing to me is that, like, again, I was at Summer Lovin'. I called Shay's match. It was a great match. It wasn't for the Mission Pro. Like, she was not in the conversation for that at the time. So I'm not really sure what's going on there.
Yeah,
But
I mean, she was like
yeah, I
sneaking
guess
out of the back door, and I was like,
yeah.
yeah, way to be, at least, confront. I'm sure we'll try to get her on here at some
She
point.
seems really proud to be
Perhaps
the cup
taking the
holder.
mission.
Unfortunately, usually you win it in a match, not just walking out the
Yeah,
door
you
with
don't
it.
just walk away with it. Yeah, Dan says I thought Shay took it. I didn't know she took it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. We have to talk to Caroline. Like, what does this mean? If she takes the cup, what does that mean? Like,
And it's
how do we
and
get it back?
and the thing too is that Izzy had cashed in the cup in order to get her championship opportunity, which means we didn't have an MPW cup holder, and we talked about this on commentary a little bit. We
Fake
speculated that Carolina would make some sort of match to find the next cup holder,
Yeah.
and I don't
I
know how
mean,
possible that's going to be if Shay Carmichael just has it.
has it. I mean, we've had gauntlet matches in the
Mhm.
past for the Mission Pro Cups. I don't know. I mean, just I guess tune into On a Mission, tune into MPW Spotlight on Thursdays, follow Mission Pro on socials because who knows, we might get another email, uh, maybe from Shay saying,
Yeah.
"Hey, this is how it's gonna go." I feel like a lot of people are calling their shot lately and just
Yeah.
saying, "Hey, this is how it's gonna be." So I think Carolina is gonna have a lot of work on her hands. Um, So that guy Tommy is like, the cup isn't the 24/7 title. She has to win it, right? Yes. I
Well,
believe those are the stipulations. That's always been the case.
and even in like a 24/7 situation, just walking away with the
Walking
title
away,
does
no.
not mean you are
Yeah,
the
yeah,
champion.
at least with the 24/7 title, you had to pin someone and then you get it. Like you're winning it. So
Well, if we want to talk about
anyway.
people like calling their shots, everyone in the chat was already talking about this. People have been talking about it all week. We don't
Mhm.
know who Izzy's going to face, but
No, we don't.
we've narrowed it down a little bit because Thunder Rosa says that the challenger is going to be a former Mission Pro champion. And Brian had talked to us. He said that he had gotten inquiries from all the former champions. Like, I mean, everybody wants at Izzy.
Interesting.
And I mean, I guess someone who has already held the title is going to be calling their shot.
I mean, I think the thing is, anyone, again, we've talked about it many times, is that a champion has a target on their back, and it could be
Mm-hmm.
any champion, it could be anyone that comes after. What if it's someone from a different promotion?
Yeah.
What if it's someone from a whole different area? It could be someone not even in the, like, yeah, it could be
Well,
anywhere.
and Izzy, of course, like, because this is her first major championship reign, it's the first time she's holding the Mission Pro Championship. She's
Mhm.
gonna want to take on whoever. Like, she's not gonna back down. But I don't know. I don't want to see this be a very short reign for Izzy. But if she's gonna
No.
be facing former champions and people from all over, I don't know.
I mean, here's the thing is we're all talking about this is all leading into MPW Heatwave August 17th. Tickets are on sale and things are already heating up. I mean, we have people going back and forth on social media. There's so much happening. And I don't know if you saw Veda, but we also had our first match announcement
Yes,
today.
it's a big
And
one.
it's a big one. It is the Mission Pro Wrestling Tag Team Championship match. We have another tag team showing up at Mission Pro Wrestling, calling their shot. Again, they're from the Hybrid School of Wrestling. We have Red Hot, Kali and Tita, who we've seen at Mission Pro, putting her name in this championship challenge here against the King Bees. And Ridley Thorne, again, from Hybrid. So it seems like Team Hybrid really making a statement here.
Yeah.
The Mission Pro Tag Team Champions.
Right, and again, a lot of people have said like they're not necessarily familiar with Red Hot as a team, but that can be a huge advantage, as we have seen. That means that Ridley and Kali, they can train together, they can come up with a strategy, and they can have a plan going into this match. Meanwhile, the King Bees are a lot more out there. They're a lot more visible. They're a lot easier to study. I don't know. And we've seen Kali and Tita has been phenomenal in every. She's so young and so fresh, and she's already a champion. She already holds the Hybrid School of Wrestling Women's Championship. I don't know. This is a very exciting matchup.
Exactly. This is such, again, we talked about the heat happening. This is happening already. Yeah. Like Red Hot, King Bees, it's heat wave. It's going to be mid-August in San Antonio. It's going to be wild. So like we thought Summer 11 was wild, which our guest for tonight, we're going to talk about,
yes.
about that a little bit. But we had to recap what was going on in the Mission Pro world because there's a lot going on. And let's see what the chat has to say. It is heat wave after all. That is true. And Tommy says, if Kali wins, I'll never live this down. Yeah, I mean, this is a really big deal. I know Ridley is also a huge person to help with Mission Pro in the front of the house and behind the scenes. So this is her debut at Mission Pro. This is a really big deal. She's watched opponent after opponent, wrestlers after wrestlers get their shot in the ring. And this is her moment. And so I think that's an exciting prospect. And the fact that her first match is a championship match, that is always leads to interesting energy and just different strategy going into this, which we're going to get into this. We have 2 months. But something to think about is like, it is definitely going to get heated up between these two tag teams. But I want to get our guest on.
Yes, speaking
because I know that the chat was already excited. And I am so excited to talk with Natalie because Natalie Sykes made her debut at Mission Pro Wrestling. She is the 21st century liability, and we want to hear all about her Mission Pro debut. We're going to learn all about her, and everyone bring your questions in the chat. So please, let's welcome Natalie.
Hi, guys.
Hi.
Hello. Thank you for coming on.
No, thank you for having me. I'm excited.
Yeah, we're so happy you're here. I know usually we get special guests on before their big match, but now we get to talk to you after.
Yeah, definitely. It was a spur of the moment, last minute. I'm here. Maya wanted a match. Here I am. I was ready. So I don't think anyone was really expecting it on the day.
Yeah, I mean, you kind of answered that big challenge for Maya. I mean, we know Maya has gone undefeated at Mission Pro. She kind of, except during, obviously that tag team run, so that she was kind of in a rough place, which she talked about, and you accepted that challenge. So what made you want to accept that?
I mean, Maya has been on my radar for a while. I think she's a great wrestler, but recently she's just not had a very good attitude. So when she laid down that challenge, I knew to make a statement on my Mission Pro debut, I had to go toe-to-toe with someone who is arguably like one of the best up-and-comers right now. So yeah, I thought I'd put my name in the conversation, and I thought it was going pretty well. I thought I was getting the best of her until she decided to hit me with a chair. Which, yeah.
Which is not traditionally how we do things at Mission Pro, just to be clear.
No, but this, Veda, you realize this does look bad. Like we have Thunder Rosa hitting AZ, we have Carolina going off. This isn't looking great, Veda.
Things have been a little tumultuous around MPW recently, and again with Maya, the I hate to say it, but the more wins that she picks up, the more confident that she gets in doing things like adding chairs to matches. But Natalie made a huge impression. We talked about this last week when we did the show recap. Got a please come back chant. There were already people in the chat asking about you to want to learn more about you and where they can watch more of your matches. So everyone's excited to have you here. And Tommy asked, on a scale of 1 to 10, what did you think of Mission Pro? We're putting you on the spot.
Yeah. No pressure.
No. So I can't lie. Mission Pro, such a big deal. A promotion that pretty much everyone wants to be at. I wanted to be at Mission Pro. The wrestling is just top tier. Great talent, great roster. And from what I managed to catch of the show, everything was solid. And I'd go toe to toe with anyone on the Mission Pro roster.
Well, Bobby in the chat is asking, who else would you like to wrestle at Mission Pro? Because I'm sure you were watching everyone there. We have new champions.
Yeah. I was watching very, very closely. Shay Carmichael is someone that I have come across in my time in Texas so far. And I think as well, she's someone I wouldn't mind knocking down a few pegs. And of course, Izzy on a huge win is someone I would also love to face in the future if the opportunity were to ever come up.
Okay. And what do you think? Like, I'm sure you saw, like, Shay Carmichael has kind of gone wild too. Like Maya, we're just taking the Mission Pro Cup, which you have to earn.
Yes. I mean, from what I've learned from Shay is that, you know, she wants something. She is going to do everything in her power to get it, even if it's kind of right or wrong. But yeah, I'm interested to see what's going to happen with that.
Okay. So lots of people are calling for a rematch in the chat.
A lot of people,
I mean,
seeing how that ended.
I think, you know, she was intimidated that maybe almost got her, maybe almost ruined her undefeated streak. And hey, I think we should have a rematch, and we'll see who's the better wrestler.
So you spent quite a bit of time over here in Texas, and you're about to head back to England. You're still in Texas.
I am. This is my last week.
Oh. But there's already a lot of demand for you to come back. Just so you know, it's happening in the chat right now. What did you think? What do you think of the Texas wrestling scene? Because that is something that we really highlight in MPW.
Oh my God. There's so much going on in Texas. I mean, Veda, you know firsthand what the UK scene is like. Mm-hmm. It's very small, very condensed. There's so much going on in Texas, so many promotions, so much talent. And that's what I've really enjoyed so far is meeting everyone, watching everyone wrestle and put on these amazing matches. Texas is just, you know, full of great wrestling.
It's true. I mean, Veda was called some of your matches over in the UK, and Veda spoke about that. And so I love when like these worlds converge in different places. Like the wrestling world is so small. So what has like been the biggest difference besides like the amount of promotions and the amount of wrestlers here in the US than versus the UK?
I think, that's such a good question. I think the style of wrestling is a bit different. So it was really fun to kind of bring that like British flair over to America for maybe like an audience kind of hasn't seen before. I love that the audiences here are so rowdy. They love it. And I feed off that energy. So that was also really great to see at Mission Pro.
Yeah, I mean, Mission Pro fans are like one of a kind. They are so loud. Like, Veda, I'm surprised you can hear when you're doing commentary. Yeah. Sometimes it's so loud, like you can't even hear yourself think. So have you gone to Buc-ee's, Natalie?
Yes.
Someone took
like
you to Buc-ee's
10 times so far.
Good.
Wait, how many times?
Well, every time we drive to a show, we always stop on the way to the venue and on the way back. So I have been very familiar with Buc-ee. I have my picture with Buc-ee.
The giant statue?
The statue and the mascot was walking around Buc-ee's, and I was like,
Sometimes you
have to
show
get
up and
this
the
is my
mascot is there.
Disneyland.
Yeah, it is really hard to find the mascot because there's so many Buc-ee's, and it's like you don't know from what state like you can find them. So that's awesome. I
But
actually
yeah,
knocked down the Buc-ee's mascot when I saw him for the first time. I probably knocked some kids over too just to take a picture. I was so excited. I realized, oh, I'm an adult.
yeah,
Yeah,
I
because
don't blame you in the
all
slightest.
the Buc-ee's have the statue out front. Now that's
Yeah,
a good photo op. But yeah, it's rare to actually run into the mascot. So
yeah, it's
that's
very
amazing.
So,
that's a special. That's you got the hidden gem moment there.
oh, I'm feeling very blessed.
Mindrunner has a question. So, is there an equivalent? Like Buc-ee's is one of a kind here in the United States, but is there some type of equivalent where you're from?
So ours is like service stations, like petrol
Yeah.
stations, and you can either get just like your standard sort of like gas station, like small shop. But we've got some that has like McDonald's inside, but nothing that's like
Like this, isn't like
you walk into Buc-ee's and it's Buc-ee everywhere. You've got Buc-ee everything, merch, toys, all the food selection's insane, the drink selection's insane, and that's something I kind of want in England. If I could take it with me, I would.
What would
No.
be like the mascot? Like what would so we have the beaver, Buc-ee's the beaver, but like what would that if you created like your own Buc-ee's in the UK, what would it be?
I think obviously for England, football related, we have the Lions. So I have a feeling it would be a lion.
Lion feels like when you think of like all the pubs with like just
like
the lion's head,
emblem?
the
Yeah.
lion's mane, like that's a popular one.
Yeah.
There's nothing worse than like getting to a services and finding out the only thing that open is the McDonald's. Like that's the
Yes,
worst.
and
There's
I'm sure that
nothing
is
worse than
something
that.
you've experienced.
Yes, all
so
the
many
time.
times.
Although
like,
I will say this in defense of quote unquote road tripping, but it's not really road tripping, it's more train tripping. There's nothing like being able to pop into like a Tesco Express or something and buy like a canned cocktail and some snacks and get on a train. There's nothing
Yes.
like that in America. There's
Yes.
nothing like that.
Yes, definitely.
Like going home after a show with like your friends, there's nothing like that in America. You do have that.
Yes.
Tommy wants to know, Natalie, what's your favorite town in Texas and why is it San Antonio? That feels like a little bit of a leading question, Tommy.
I feel like, Tommy, you're setting her up for something.
Let's go with what's your favorite town in Texas?
When you read the first half of the question, I was like, I want to talk about how much I love San Antonio. And then I heard the rest of the question. So I was lucky enough to spend 2 days in San Antonio. So I did a show before Mission at TWA, and then I had Mission. So I actually got to spend 2 days in San Antonio, and I'm obsessed. I love it. Got to do all the touristy stuff, the Riverwalk, the Alamo. It was so beautiful. And I wish I could have spent more time in San Antonio.
Yeah, it's a really cool city.
Yeah, what's
There's
been like
a lot of
favorite...
different
cool
cities in Texas. Like it's one of those places where like some of the cities, each city has like its own identity, and then in between, because there's so much nothing, they feel like very just like unique, each city, I think.
Well, and there's a lot of like interesting history here too.
Mm-hmm.
So, like each town, like one of my favorite things to do is like because we go on a lot of road trips. It's like we pass like an interesting name of a town or city, and I'm like, what is this? But you go so fast through it, and I always look it up, and I always like find new facts about these like little towns, and you're like, whoa, that's why it was created that way, and it's always fun, right? But I could see why San Antonio is your favorite. But Natalie, what has been like? There's tons of food, and I'm a foodie. Mission Pro fans are foodies. They
always ask.
We always ask, what has been a meal that you absolutely fell in love with?
So, of course, whilst I've been here, I had to get some proper Texas barbecue. So I've been loaded up on brisket since I got here. It's been great. Some proper barbecue, Texas barbecue sauce. That has been my absolute favorite so far.
Oh man, now I'm hungry. So you're on your final few days of your tour. You're going back. I know you have some shows this weekend.
Yeah.
What has been like, do you feel like you've accomplished like all of your big goals when you set them for this big trip?
Yeah, I think when I made the decision, and quite a bold decision to be like, hey, I'm gonna go wrestle in a country that I've never wrestled in before, and I'm gonna kind of hope for the best. And I was really shocked that a lot of promotions did take a chance on me and gave me all these opportunities. So I did spend the majority of the month quite booked and busy. And honestly, that was the only thing I probably could have asked for. I would have been happy with one show, to be honest, to say that, oh, I've wrestled in America, I've wrestled in Texas. But no, I've been so lucky to see, I think it's like 8 or 9 different promotions and see what the Texas wrestling scene is about and meet everyone and get to know everyone. So that was like big accomplishment ticked off.
That's amazing.
So
That's always
good.
special when like it all like everything kind of comes together.
Yeah.
We're so happy to have you at Mission. I know it was an exciting moment for us to have new talent like yourself. So Mind Runner, I did see that you posted some Barbie stuff, but Barbie seems to be an influence. Are you Knuff?
Oh yeah, I'm Knuff. You're Knuff. Vader's Knuff. We're all Knuff. Okay. That is the one true motto.
All right, now we have to break out into song. No, we won't do that. Run. Tommy says that you're his new favorite, so that's a big deal.
Thank
But
you.
it is cool because, like, the thing is, we always have every month we have debuts at Mission Pro. Like, it's like you said, Natalie, it's a place that people want to come and wrestle. We have our Mission Pro favorites who are here month to month, but then we also have new debuts. But it's rare that we have someone debut who's a complete surprise. Like, it's rare that we have someone who's unannounced who comes out, and then to see you get such a huge reaction immediately, and then even bigger reaction as the match went on, and then after the match, just really speaks to, how you've been able to like connect with fans, which is so
Yeah,
impressive, especially fans who maybe have heard of you but now are seeing you for the first time, seeing you live. But also, again, like, shout out to the MPW fans, because like they are just ready to find a new favorite every show, it feels like.
exactly. And like you were so embraced, Natalie. Like Veda said, people were cheering your name like on your side against Maya World, who is also a favorite. That like
Mm-hmm.
when Maya first debuted, the shouts were so loud as well. So has Mission Pro been like your biggest fan reception? Like has that been like the biggest like response?
I mean, like Vader said, I mean, it was a complete surprise. No one probably was really aware of who I was until, it was announced, like who I was, where I was from, what I'm doing here. So to get that response based off of no announcements online, no social media, yeah, I felt like embraced, welcomed, like I'd been there kind of for a couple of shows and people were already kind of used to me. But it wasn't, it was my first show. And yeah, so the Mission Pro crowd were so amazing. So, so amazing.
Yeah, Tommy says, I admit I was unaware of Natalie at first, but she immediately proved how amazing she is. I can't wait to see what she does next. Um, yeah, I'm excited to see now everyone, you have a whole new slew of fans that want to see what you do next. So I saw that you were in an article and you talked a little bit about you wanted to see more women wrestle men, so like more kind of intergender matches. So how do you feel about those and like why? And then if you were in a match like that, who are you wanting to face potentially?
Yeah, I mean, there was a lot of talk about, you know, whether women should be in matches with men. Should
Mhm.
we have these sort of intergender wrestling? And it's like, yeah, of course. I'm a wrestler. I'm not a women's wrestler. I'm not a female wrestler. I am a wrestler, and I
Mhm.
am going to wrestle another wrestler. Doesn't matter their gender. doesn't matter anything. And I think whilst I've been here, people aren't afraid to throw me in matches with men because I will hit hard. I will hit harder. It doesn't have anything to do with my gender identity. And if I feel like, and this is a bold one, hey, this is a bold one, but whilst I've been in Texas, you know, Brick Savage, maybe I've bitten off more than I can chew there. But I would be interested to kind of prove myself and say, hey, doesn't matter gender. Give me this person, give me this wrestler, and let's wrestle.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's such an important outlook, right? Because people are already saying Natalie versus JP Harlow. I Are you familiar with JP Harlow?
Oh, I'm familiar. I'm here for it. Hey, I come back. Let's get it going.
JP has recently crawled away from Mission Pro, but it feels like he could be back at any moment.
More like was pushed in a shopping cart.
Yeah, it feels like he could come crawling back at any moment. Someone also suggested, and this one's really interesting to me, Kaya Dream and Natalie Sykes versus Shay Carmichael and Maya. Of course, Kaya Dream is the ex-tag partner of Maya World. I mean, this is and Shay and Maya, someone suggested they could form some sort of like delusional tag team of Mission Pro because they both seem to like have both very talented, but both seem to have like their own idea of what reality is right now.
Delusional aspirations. I don't know.
Little aspirational, but I really like the idea of that match. It would make sense to me for Kaya Dream to find a new partner.
I think so too. And we know the tag division is always ever changing and growing. We've seen Fire and Fury. Now we have Red Hot. So, Natalie, I think you need to maybe reach out to Kaya Dream and see what this new Dream tag team would look like.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, there's definitely some motives behind that. Although Shay and Maya would probably be the loudest tag team I have ever come across.
Yeah, I don't know how they would get along as a team.
I don't know if they would work as a team, if I'm really being honest.
It turns out that Maya is not a very good tag team partner. It turns out.
Yeah,
and Shay, I don't know what's going on there.
Shay would just run away with the Mission Pro Cup.
But as you know, a lot of people have become fans of yours, Natalie, with Mission Pro. Where else can they watch you wrestle? Because that was a big question last week. Mm-hmm. Where else can they find Natalie Sykes matches? That kind of thing. A lot of people had that question.
Definitely. I would say the number one place you can find me, like when I'm back home in England, is North Wrestling. Invader obviously does the commentary for North Wrestling, so can definitely just agree with me about the quality of shows that they put on at North.
Yep, and it's on Triller, so if you have the subscription, you can just go back and watch all the North shows, including all of Natalie's matches from North should be available on Triller, so you would be able to check that out.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, people are naming your tag team potentially Dream Liability.
Dream Liability, I like that.
I like that. That's a good one.
And Tommy also says Shay and Maya would blame each other for the loss or take credit for the win. That's pretty on par for them. So Natalie, what else? What other? When do you potentially might be back in the U.S. and what do you have? What are your future plans in wrestling?
So obviously, because of how much I've enjoyed my experience, I have already started considering when could work for me to come back. Maybe later this year, maybe. But other than that, I mean, it's really take the momentum that I've built here in kind of America to show everyone back home, like, hey, I can do this. I can maybe come back and let some of you know, like, who you've been sleeping on. Mm-hmm. So kind of continue that momentum and, hopefully I'll be back very soon.
I love it.
Everyone in the chat would be very excited about that. They've said that. And, it'd be cool to have Natalie back announced. Everyone could be ready for it.
Yeah.
We've already got potential matches lined up here.
We have a lot to think about.
Yeah.
Or be careful of.
That's true.
Anything. The thing is, we've learned, Veda and I have learned this on this show, and also just in person when we're at Mission Pro shows, is really anything can happen. We've seen things unfold fairly quickly. So yeah, it would be amazing to have you back. But who knows what trouble things get into, or people might cause for you. Yeah, Tommy says no more sleeping on Natalie Sykes.
Yeah,
Yep,
that's
so
it. Let it be known.
Follow Natalie, follow her career so you can be
Yeah.
ready when she's back in Texas.
Yeah, and Natalie, do you want to? I know you have a show this weekend. Do you want to share where you'll be? If you're in Texas, you can go watch her.
Yeah, so this Thursday, I'll be at the Houston Premier Arena. I'll be having my second match against Rachel Rose at Texas Contender Series. And then on Saturday, I will be in Austin, Texas for Uncanny Attractions. Looking forward to both of those shows, and that's me. Then I fly back home.
Oh, you're off. So do you have like a whole suitcase you just like left to the side for souvenirs? Just like Bucky's snacks?
Oh yeah. All like the American sweets that we don't have back in England, I've been like, yes, you're coming home with me. You are coming home with me.
Yeah, that's always a fun thing. You have to like either have people send you stuff or bring it all back with you.
Yeah.
Buy another suitcase along the way with
Exactly.
some had to be my method.
I've done it. I've done it before. Where you're like, I don't need these clothes anymore, and you just have a suitcase full of snacks.
Yeah.
Well, Natalie, it was amazing having you at Mission
Yes.
Pro. I hope you can come back soon.
Yes.
It was just lovely meeting you in person and having you take on Mile. It was an amazing match. So if you all haven't watched it, I know most of the people in the chat have, but go watch it on Title Match Network. MPW Summer 11, our latest show. And we also, it will be up on our YouTube channel shortly in like a few weeks. But if you want to go back and watch it now, go watch it on Title Match.
Yeah.
Jason says the sky's the limit.
Smart.
Well, Natalie, thank you so much for joining us for On a Mission. Everyone go follow Natalie and her journey in wrestling. And Natalie, we thank you for coming on, and we can't wait to have you back one day.
Yes, fingers crossed. I've absolutely loved it so far.
Awesome. Have a good night, Natalie.
Thanks, you too. Bye.
Oh my goodness. I think we have a new Mission Pro favorite in the chat.
Yeah. Again, like the fact that she debuted unannounced and got that reaction is, again, a testament to just how supportive the Mission Pro fans are and are constantly looking to find new favorites. But yeah, it made a huge impression, and everyone's ready for her to come back, and it sounds like she will. So very cool.
She's so amazing. And I know has such a bright future.
And I can tell everyone, if you're looking for more, more wrestlers you might not be familiar with, if you look up Natalie's matches, be it at North or somewhere else, she wrestles a lot of people who don't necessarily get the exposure outside of England, but are also incredible. So you might want to check those out. It's a different cast of faces, but maybe some more people who you hope to see in Mission Pro someday.
Yeah. And if you, again, we're always open we check all of the social media. So if you see someone you really want to bring, always let us know, because we listen to the Mission Pro fans, as you know. So we want to make sure that we're doing things that you love so that you keep watching.
Yeah.
Joseph says, I think Natalie's debut showed why wrestlers want to come to Mission Pro. Fans will support you even if they haven't seen you wrestle before. That is true. And Jason can't wait to see her wrestle at MPW again. It really is amazing. It shows like the community we have here at Mission Pro. And we really can't do it without the fans here.
Yeah.
And we can't do it without sponsors as well. So
I
sponsorships.
cannot believe we're 2 months away from Heat Wave and we already have one title match announced.
I know. We have one
So,
title match announced, and you can sponsor that title match.
yeah, this is the time to get on board as a sponsor for sure.
Exactly. missionprowrestling@gmail.com. You can sponsor that match. You can sponsor individual wrestlers. We will respond to an email and give you who's on the show and let you know. We won't reveal matches quite yet. You'll have to tune into social media or our shows, but we will get you, you know, a great sponsorship slot, and it's a great way to just be involved, and you get a shout out on the show. And it's seriously, we couldn't have done this last show without our wonderful sponsors. So yeah, if you're interested, I know it's like 2 months out, but you never know. The summer's here, and it's gonna be hot, and it's
literally
MPW heat wave. Can Veda be Judge Judy or Shay's court? What?
So I am not a judge. That's a different thing.
Yeah, that's a different thing. Like, you could like read legal documents probably and decipher, but like, you're not a judge. Do we need a gavel? Here, I'll have here. What about this happy face dude? There's my gavel. I think we're trying to find, like, does Shay go to like Mission Pro Court? I know it was talked about in the chat earlier. Does she go to Mission Pro Court? But who's the judge?
I don't know. Everyone that we've had as an authority figure is either Thunder Rosa, who I'm not gonna necessarily trust her to be a neutral party in this.
Yeah, no.
And Carolina is too busy to handle courtroom proceedings as well.
No, but does this mean, Veda, we need like so we had our Law and Order Mission Pro show that, like, we found out, we investigated, and we found out Shay took the Mission Pro Cup.
Yeah.
So good job. We're great detectives. But then, so now we're gonna have like a court show. I think the video montages are gonna get pretty fun. I think Mind Runner, you need to make another.
Hopefully we're able to, like, can we just make sure we just keep tabs on Shay for the next 2 months?
Yeah, we're gonna have to like send some PIs or something. I know. Yes, Thunder Rosa did attack Carolina with flowers, so that did happen. Yes. Justice says, I can see Carolina wanting to confront Shay about the cup on a special on a mission. Oh no, Mission Court. Oh my goodness, this is getting out of hand, Veda. In the criminal justice system. That's the way it begins, Tommy. Oh my goodness. Well, thank you everyone for joining us for On a Mission. Thank you, Natalie, for joining us on a mission. You guys,
we will have more matches.
We're gonna have more matches, more guests, more announcements. Watch MPW Spotlight on Thursdays at 6:30 Central. Mondays we have our matches posted, and then Thursday we might have some as well, depending if we're like trying to post as much as we can. If you haven't watched the show, go back and watch it. Summer 11 on Title Match. Get tickets, missionprowrestling.com, to MPW Heatwave. And yes, we realize it is the name of another premium live event happening soon.
Right, but that, and it is quite warm where that is happening, but it's not everywhere. A true heat wave.
No, it just shows wrestling's hot right now. That's all.
It will be warm there. I would even say it would be hot there, but it's not going to be as hot as it's going to be in San Antonio in August.
Yeah, no, it's going to, we're going to be sweating. Nervous sweat. And oh my goodness. All right, everyone. I think we're
let's wrap it up. I got a thing this weekend though I need to pitch. I need to promote. I usually don't have specific things I talk about, but if you're watching this right now and you're looking for something to do on Thursday night, guess what? Thursday night at approximately 7:30 p.m. Eastern, we are going live on Spiel Mike Bailey's Twitch channel, which is twitch.tv/SpeedballBailey. It's in my socials, but it is another edition of our live interactive Twitch show, Fightertainment. There's going to be matches. There's going to be whatever else freaking happens. We never quite know, and I'm in charge of it, and I don't know what's going to happen. So that's a thing, and it's free to watch. You can check it out on Twitch, and it's pretty cool. It's my favorite thing that I do.
Oh my
That
God.
isn't Mission Pro. That's a different thing.
Oh, so much fun. I know. Yeah, everyone join. It's so much fun. So go check it out. Yeah, you can follow me on all socials at Emily May Heller, follow Mission Pro Wrestling, follow Veda, and we'll be here every Tuesday breaking down all the Mission Pro news and also having your special guests of the week. Thank you all so much. Have an amazing week. Be cool. Be cool. Stay hydrated.
Freaking
Try
try.
to be cool, Veda.
I'm melting right now.
I know we're all a little sweaty. But yeah, remember, support, follow Mission Pro Wrestling, follow, like, share. Thank you all so much. Have a great week. Take care.